Do the thing. There we go. Okay, cool. And it's working. Cool. Um. Whew. So we haven't done an art stream in a hot second, so we're gonna do that today. Cause I know I'm normally playing Kingdom Hearts right now, but I feel real behind on my art. So we're gonna do some doodling today, and we're gonna do some doodling tomorrow. And then we will get back to Kingdom Hearts when I feel a little more caught up. I have a commission to finish, and I have an art trade to finish, but those are secrets, so you don't get to see those. You don't get to see them till they're done. Um, I did put a little poll up on Blue Sky asking what you guys wanted to see me doodle first or work on for like a bunch of things, and Bestie is the only one who replied to that and gave me one or three. Gave me the choice between dancing or heart crushing angst. We went with heart crushing angst because I have the colors started. Um, so that's where we're at with those today. Um, I do need to pull that reference up because I don't do them in these forms very often. Um, so yeah, we're working on art today and potentially tomorrow instead of Kingdom Hearts because yeah, I feel way behind. And we have been playing Kingdom Hearts every Monday and Tuesday since a few months. It's been a couple months. Um, so I needs a break. Um, I did buy a new stand for my desk though to put the controllers on so they are not cluttery and all over the place. Let me turn my music back on. I turned it way down so you guys it shouldn't be super loud. Um, if my music ever gets too loud, just tell me. I try not to keep it too loud so you can hear me when I do ramble and talk. Um, I know Bestie told me that he was gonna be late to the stream because work, and I told him not to freaking worry about it. He gets here when he gets here. So yeah, it's Thanksgiving weekend. So I am pre-wishing happy holidays and minimum chaos to everyone who celebrates. Um, I kind of have a bunch of pieces started that aren't finished. Um, because they're all gonna come together and create one big collaborative piece. Um, because I have a comic stuck in my head for a song that I don't know if I can play on stream and not get copyright dinged. Um, but that song has taken over my whole life, and it's gonna become the base for a comic. Um, there's a lot of lore going on in that comic though, um, and it's a lot of lore that I haven't explained a lot, I guess. Um, cause I talk a lot about Mysterican times, but I don't talk a lot about Wonderlandian times. Um, so I probably should do that eventually. Um, oh, I need to color your hair, sir. Um, you're gonna keep seeing me bounce back and forth between things because I have all their palettes saved. Um, for those who have not seen me do art, which is probably most of you, because I haven't streamed art in like a couple months, I don't think. Um, it's kind of annoying because I have to switch back and forth my monitors and I have to switch all my settings around. Um, but it's been a little hot second since I've streamed art. Um, but again, I feel very behind, so I need to like do something to force myself to like get it done. Um, I don't work until Friday though, so that's nice. Because Tuesday and Wednesday are my regular days off. I am officially on my weekend. And then Friday is time and a half. It's overtime. Because my company considers it a paid holiday. But I work at a bar. So we're still open. The brewery half of it is not, but we are where I work is. I should say I work for a brewery, but I work for the bar, restaurant, concert venue that the brewery owns. So we're still open. Um, if I can just get like flats down, I'll be happy. Flats shouldn't take me 4 hours though. I wouldn't think flats would take me 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know if I can play the song that has taken over my whole life and is powering this comic, but I might later. We'll find out. Um, all right. Yeah, you're gonna see me do that a lot because I have their palettes saved. I also have a habit of labeling my that's Symphonia, right? Yeah, Symphonia. My layers. That's also Symphonia. Why did I? Oh, I know why I did that. No, I don't. I don't name my layers very often. I see I do in some places. But I don't always do it. That's Silu. That's Symphonia. I do in some places. I don't always do it. My system's a little bit of a disaster, but it makes sense in my brain, so just go with it. Um, say this is technically paid work because I have a sponsor personal project tier on my coffee, and Bestie definitely sent stuff in for this. So this is technically paid work too. It's at least sponsored. It's there. Hey! Speaking of... You just... I'm not gonna lie, I just jumped. I heard your little ding and I just frickin' jumped. I was not expecting you, Bestie. We're coloring the boy. How much time do you have left? Not that much? Are you feeling any better? I saw you posted in Discord that you weren't feeling that great. Oh. Who are you waiting for, your sister? Oh, that's not the same color. Keep clicking the wrong freaking button. Hold on. You know what pain this is. Tell me if it starts being better, because I had the door closed because Mom and Aunt Pam were being loud. You should know exactly which picture this is. I send it to you enough. You're the one that voted for the pain. You're the only one that gave me votes, so I picked. And this one's already started, so that's where we went. And, quite frankly, Blue Sky's not very acquainted with Silencer. All I ever give them is the fluff. I never really give them the pain. we might get flats done on more than one picture tonight. I haven't decided. Ah! Here. Say, I don't work until Friday, so, we will see how much I can accomplish and catch myself back up. I would like to have my art trade done and potentially be, at least flats done on your commission. Say, that's the plan, is I want at least flats done by the end of the week for your commission. And I gotta get my art trade done, because she got mine up yesterday. It was that really cute thing I sent you. Hey, okay. You wanted to see Puff, that's why you did that. You're gonna have to use those a lot more than when I play KH. Because I zone the fuck out when I draw. But I made cider, so. I haven't done a drawing stream in a hot minute, and I have a tendency to just kind of zone into whatever the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna have to start remembering to post the link of me streaming on my coffee. That would probably be a thing to remember. I always post it on Blue Sky and call it good. Where is that? There it is. Okay. Do I have... Oh, it's this one. No, I want that there, and that I just need to clean up. Promise this will make sense. I think I actually got flat stuff. No, I gotta do his glove. Glove. Get ahead of myself. See, all the dinging never gets me when I play KH. Because I'm kind of like zoned into not dying. And then it dings. And I'm all zoned out. Just kind of like doodling away. And then it dings at me. And I jump a little bit, not gonna lie. I also don't know why every time it dings with my coffee thing, it dings in red. I think oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do belt buckles and stuff. Oh, and I gotta do all like the frayed edges and stuff. I'll do it in a minute. And then, where's your See, these, I'm not playing Cage. You stop. I can just ban them. I can do something about the bots this time. I normally don't when I'm playing KH because I can't get my mouse to the other monitor. Now, that's not what I asked for. I swear to freaking God. You wouldn't think it adds anything, but it really does. This is below it, yes, cool. I'm gonna have to make a better schedule about doing art. I've been pretty good about consistence about doing Kingdom Hearts, but not so much art. Did you become that too? I sure did. I just did the same color, didn't I? Yeah, I did. On that one. Oh, got it. So you had to like completely restart your phone? I'm not really surprised. Your poor little phone was trying. It did its best. Okay, now we get to do the same thing to Silu. Sir, where are you? Oh, there you are. It's gonna drive me insane. We gotta fix that first. do your whole face? Yes, I did. You know, eventually I'm gonna have to replace. Well, I already have the replacement. Switch to a new tablet pen because I've almost worn this nib to hell. This nib has seen better days. Kitty's having a rough day. To put it nicely, Kitty's having a rough day. Well, look at his shade in, because right now he's pale as shit. He's a very pale, distressed shark right now. Hey, at least you don't have to worry about not being able to get out Pocket Shark tonight, because you don't have Kingdom Hearts to, like, come out of nowhere and sucker punch you. Yes, that is how Sharky feels right now. Tears. The universe keeps trying to take his cat. Hey, you know what? You're part of this though, because you know the pain. Besides, this gives you time to recover from Ven and prepare for Aqua. Where are you? There it is. I had to label it because it's so pale. Oh, let me go all the way down. It does. We've discussed this many times. The Silu shade color is consistently working overtime. Um, I thought so. I thought I'm getting pretty good at hands. Um, I mean, Yeah, but you're still figuring out this digital art thing, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't always draw hands. I think every artist sucks at hands. Um, I think every artist hates them for at least a period of time in their life. I mean, I kind of do. I don't know. I'll say I have a box, but I also have like multiple cylinders when I do them. See, it's gonna get worse the more I shade it. And it'll get really bad when I do Sinfonia's skin tone because all of the blood is overlaid. I need to do that because I have to emphasize the squish. Because he is hugging Cat tight. Gray? I was gonna say, welcome home. What do you mean, why are you gray? Uh, it's green on my end. It might be gray on Twitch, but in Streamlabs, you're green. Yeah. We don't fuck with the Mysterican Church. You got home in time enough to see that you could really see the squish in Kitty's face now. You can really see the squish in Kitty's face now. That he is holding his kitty tight. Um, he is very upset. To be fair, though, to be fair on Silu's end, the universe keeps trying to kill his cat, so, like, I don't fault the man. I know. I know it's not. And that's not really lore I've given to Blue Sky. They've been given, like, very minimal about the rest of the blues and the rest of the oranges. I can only imagine that the rest of them are also very upset. To, to be. I mean, we can write them. They all have threads. Because all of my oranges don't talk very much. Unless the blues are in question. Like, Suleim does not talk much. As soon as I mention Haya, he won't shut up. The same thing with the rest of them, except for, Sara, Rezateam, and, Shuitemas. The rest of them don't, those three almost never talk. But to be fair, though, they did not have a blue. I would say of all of my oranges that is not Symphonia, um, Shulta talks the most. Um, he is very pro Sharky. Um, it's like, I don't know. Satelua talks a lot too, but only in concerns to the creature. And I will give it that Straudo Chile does like to talk, but he is very like, look at my cat. Almost 24/7. Straudo Chile likes to talk, but he is very pro like, look at my cat. No, that doesn't shock me. Tati strikes me as a very talky man. Um, look, they just have a lot to say. And most of it revolves around Cat. This is true, but to be fair, the rest of them did not have Puff. Or they would also probably have Puff rants. I mean, I can't blame him. Zilu has a lot more friends, I want to say. Yeah, because he can't just pay them for one attention. They definitely would not understand that. That is a cat exclusive communication. Well, I mean, that's his cat. Of course it is. Like, literally all you have to do is look at him and be like, yo, your orange is having a flare, and he's like halfway down the hall. Okay, but they also share a brain cell. I love how I started this tonight, and I was like, if I get through flat colors, I'll be happy. And I'm like, through flats and then some. And I've only been at this for like maybe an hour. Oof. Do that one first, because I have them on different layers. To be fair, I had quite a bit of this colored already. That's why I started with this one, because the other one, yeah, this thread is gonna emotionally fuck up both of us. Because you also haven't really written with Voltaire yet. You know the bastard, but you haven't really written him yet. Written with him yet, and he's a dick. Um, bitch, bye. Okay, but Blue Man, if you bitch bye and you don't deal with Voltaire, that means Voltaire will deal with your cat without you. Um, so make your choice, sir. Either deal with him, or your cat will deal with him. I can see orange lift in my head. I don't know if I stuck that in my emojis. I uh one of them I did. I stuck per time, but I didn't stick orange lift. See, doing their horns in Wonderland is always so fucking annoying. Um, because I have to put in the shine, but at the same time I can only put in so much shine. I can't I can't put in too much sparkle. Dude, I don't have to bribe any of my muses for their attention. Like, I don't know. I guess we have an agreement that, like, if they tell me they're not feeling it, I kind of just go with it. But, like, it's more I just have to, like, they'll just start rambling. And I just kind of let them talk. Like the other one that I saw that prompt of this conversation is beneath me, and I was like, that's fucking keeping out. And I kind of just started going. So I just let him fucking talk. Um, so yeah, doing their horns in Wonderland is always freaking complicated because, like, I gotta make it sparkly, but at the same time, I can't make it too sparkly because they've been, Lu's rambly until something bad happens to his cat, and then he has to be bribed with attention and per time. He'll get attention and per time. Let's... Oh. You got one like a bag of treats. If he replies to a thread, I'll give him fluff in return. I promise. I can't blame him. He just doesn't like bad shit happening to his cat. Unfortunately, a lot of bad shit keeps happening to his cat. And what his cat said in my head is not helping with confidence. He Symphonia in my head is just very like, it's okay, I'm sturdy, and I'm in my brain being like, no, you're not, sir. You are not sturdy, and he's convinced that it's okay, he's sturdy. We all beg to differ, sir. See, like, I can't, they have to make him glowy, but I have to make... Sir, you are built like a fucking hastily assembled popsicle stick project from a kindergartner. No, he is convinced that he is sturdy. Is the sturdiness in the room with us? Mind you, he's saying this while curled up in his little kitty nest with his heating pad and a cup of hot cider, because he's learned what hot cider is and thinks it's the best thing ever. So he's telling you he's sturdy while curled up with his heating pad. Sir, you are not sturdy. Reverend is sturdy. Sparkletat is sturdy. Tyvis is sturdy. Tolta is sturdy. Yoki is sturdy. Not you. He has the audacity to keep the popsicles together. He's just too fucking stubborn. That's his thing. He's just so fucking stubborn. say when I put the text in, I'm gonna do it in Photoshop because I have more freedom with how I can do typography in Photoshop than I have in this art program. Because I can see the text in my head and it makes it fucking worse. Just like I'm purposely not putting shine in their hair, even though it's fucking killing me. The universe is the acetone trying to dissolve the adhesive in the project. Hear me out. Hear me out. WD-40. The universe is the WD-40 because that's what I use to take glue and gum and adhesives and shit up at work. No, because WD-40 implies it works. You're true because WD-40 just kind of goes in and wrecks shit. Silu. The universe is the dollar store acetone that, like, kind of works sometimes. Diluted nail polish remover. I don't know. I think it's stronger than that. It's just it's finally met its match in Symphonia because it's managed to take out Sulim, Sara, Shritamas, Ishulta, Strongglass, and then it took out Rezateam, Stralochide, and then it took out Satelua. So like it's batting 8 for 9. So yeah, Symphonia's stubbornness is whatever the fuck NASA is using. Okay, so I had a really sad thought thinking about this picture while I was at work, and you're not gonna like it, but, are you ears? Because I was thinking about this at work, and then I was thinking about plot, and I was like, that would be sad. Because Haya's involved, and, Brain had the thought that, what if Haya saw Symphonia's fingers starting to fade out, and he freaked the fuck out, and, transferred part of his spark back over to Symphonia to keep him alive, and, that's part of why Silu's tired all the fucking time. You have to stop this shit! And that's the thing, that, like, Haya would also, like, be really confused why the next time he runs into him, the spark is gone already, even though he knows he gave him a fresh part of the spark, because Symphonia just keeps burning it to stay alive. Like, he knows he just gave him part of the spark, and then they get separated, and then they run into each other again, and he can't figure out where the fuck it went. But it's because Symphonia burned it in those 12 years to stay alive. And that's part of it on Symphonia's side. That's the fucking problem. He doesn't even know he's doing it. God, what if it started happening all the way back in Sky's Call? Because Symphonia still feels like shit in Sky's Call, and he's still freaking out, and he's still having a real rough go of it. Dude, right? Once he's finally like back to going, he's like, damn, I feel like I'm feeling fucking great. I think that almost death situation gave me inspiration. And the next thing you know, he's fucking writing music again. And it's very much like, damn, you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling great for some reason. But he keeps just torching. But that's the thing. All his lives have burned through all that spark to stay alive, that now the 9th one just needs spark to stay maintained. Every time the universe comes to try to take his ass, his body just burns the spark. It's become a natural response to just burn it. So every time something happens, Haya's like, no, I gave him part of the spark. What's going on? Where is it? And it's just fucking gone. Over and over and over. It's just fucking gone. Stop burning your fuel. Okay, but if it started all the way back in Sky's Call, how lit is Haya gonna be to find out about all the Likey and Suxu bullshit? And also, how panicked is Haya gonna be when they separate? Because they can't be apart then. It's definitely gonna be a you can't be away from him. Be glad CeeLo is the current blue. Do things that are frowned upon. I still gotta put the sparkle in Symphonia's. Oh, I haven't put any of the extra detailing on CeeLo's shirt. I'll do it later. Plague of locusts be upon ye. I don't think branding them as tenant breakers would have been enough in Haya's eyes. And I'm not gonna lie, there's just a thing in my brain that for as much as I want CeeLo to find out everything that's going on, I just can't see Symphonia finding the fucking courage to tell him. So one, brain thought about the picture I just drew that I sketched out that was stupid Komiya Boika, with his shirt half unbuttoned, and brain went, what if actually CeeLo saw the bruises? Um, if part of that was that Silu saw the bruises, but then my brain also thought that I can't get past the idea of Silu finding out about the Tsutsubaiki bullshit. Not from Symphonia, but because he hears her say part-time. And his brain just fucking starts going crazy. And that's what I mean. Like, he hears it, and then suddenly his brain just, like, every line that he's had trying to figure shit out, suddenly just, it all lines up in one line and connects just instantly. And all it took was to hear her say part-time. Just something like, I guess they didn't end up being part-time after all, or something like that. And have him just suddenly be like, oh, son of a bitch. Because, like, he's talking to Symphonia again, but Symphonia is really weird. So that's the thing, like, even once they're talking again, Symphonia is still going to be really awkward and weird. Because he doesn't want to mess it up, but he also doesn't feel like he's earned the right to have that. Um, he's still gonna be like this weirdly distant because he's still scared that if he talks to him, he's gonna get hurt. And then he just fucking hears that shit. And then it's just like he instantaneously suddenly knows why everything happened and what was going on. And well, especially if it was almost a both situation that, like, he hears her say it, but only after the, like, half unbuttoned shirt incident happened, and he swears he saw bruises, but he wasn't sure. Um, he swears he saw bruises, and then Symphonia got really shy and weird out of friggin' nowhere, even though he shouldn't have been, because it's not like he hasn't seen him naked. Um, have it just be like one big cascading event. Symphonia shouldn't have been fucking weird. He's seen him without a shirt before, so why did he get so fucking shy? He swears he saw bruises, but he's not sure. And then he suddenly just hears her say that. Even if they weren't close to each other, because that man has tall ass horns. God damn it. And then Suksu just makes it all suddenly click. He did, and his brain's just like, I did see bruises and I did smell alcohol. Because unfortunately, Kitty doesn't cope well, and he copes with bad things. Um, Just send him to Amun early. He's gonna be devastated to have a longer lesson. Um, he says it's fine. He says they're behind on politics anyways. Um, he says they're behind on politics because they've been focusing on math. Just like let Silu be really casual and suddenly just, hey, I'm not feeling well. Can you go to Amonkoito for your next lesson? I think I just don't feel good, because he wouldn't want him to have any idea of what's going on. He wouldn't want him to know he's mad. He wouldn't want him to have a clue of what's going on. And then he just dis-a-fucking peers. Storming down the hall with fucking fire in his eyes, because it all just suddenly makes sense. He did see bruises. He did smell alcohol. Symphonia is being fucking weird. And it's her fault. I mean, at that point, everyone would follow. Because he'd need to know what the hell is up. Oh yeah, that's the thing. He definitely is gonna be like, shit. What's he gonna do? He's definitely about to go cause some fucking shit. Um, well, especially after, since well that happened between him and Symphonia, he went so fucking quiet, and now he's suddenly back into the like, I'm going to ruin someone's fucking life mode. He hasn't seen that mode in like years, so he definitely needs to know what the hell is going on. Um, yeah, he should be mad. She took his fucking cat away. And ruined their relationship, hurt his cat multiple times. I wouldn't be surprised if his little brain clicks everything together so fast he realizes Sky's call wasn't an accident. And if he realizes that the broken ribs weren't an issue, weren't an accident either, Symphonia and his weak ass I fell bullshit. His brain just goes through like everything. Literally everything. He realizes all the illness, all of the like he's sick all the time. And he's injured again. He's hurt. He's sick. Say, and Revan would follow. There's no way he wouldn't follow. She ruined their relationship. She hurt him. She almost killed him. She went after Puff. She went after Puff. She's manipulated Uzva. Yeah, pitted them against each other. Like, it just keeps going. So yeah, made Sephirin look, yeah, continuously hurt his cat. You've done quite a bit at night, actually. And it's only been 2 hours. I gotta do his pants. Yeah, because that's also the thing, like, she tricked him into hurting his cat in all the years they lost. Like, all the time they lost because of her. And in technicality, that also means because of all of her interference, he had to deal with Tikari. Because he never would have gone to her if the crap didn't happen between him and Symphonia. He would have just been a happy little shark with his cat. That's why he's following. To make sure that he doesn't kill someone. And that everything is handled the way it should be handled. getting there. All I gotta do is glove. And I gotta do all his belts and stuff. Put it there. What's Best Boy mad about? Oh, you sneezed. Really? I've never really known a dog that hates it when people sneeze. Your dog is very quirky, though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we gotta do this. Why haven't I done Sealy's pants? Really? That's just, I don't know, I've never... I'm not... If he sneezes... Poor puppy. He's hated it. I mean, God forbid veg allergies. Huh. Oh, I didn't put... God damn it. My dumbass didn't pay attention. It'll work. He got all the other pups mad. Hey, it's solidarity. They're mad in solidarity. It's just in their nature. It's just what they do. I know. I'll be happy if I get flats done. I think I did get a little more than flats done. Um, which is fine. I'll take it. It means I'm closer to getting this freaking comic done that I'm proud of myself for not abandoning it. Somehow my brain is still obsessed with this idea and it hasn't given up on it yet, so I think that's a win. Oh, I gotta do that. That's the last thing I gotta do. Because I can't shine their hair. I'm not allowed to shine their hair. Oh, that is something else I still have to do. There's a few things. But I gotta do that. It's, there. Boop. And that's the point. To get his little muse up and running. Sometimes he just needs a little encouragement. He gets too comfy laying around. I know, I'm not allowed to shine their hair. Do you have any idea how much this is driving my brain insane? Dude, I've posted this song on Blue Sky before and tried to explain that this song is the Symphonia song of Symphonia songs. Barely Alive. And I don't know how to explain it when people are missing so much of the lore. Like, all I give them is the fluff. Like, everybody on Blue Sky really just knows them as the, like, oh, happy, cute music husbands, and have no idea how much they're suffering. it's so hard for me to try to explain to someone. Trust me, bro. How hard this song hits as the Symphonia Song of Symphonia Songs. Oh, that's way too big. When all they know is like cute, happy music husbands, they're adorable, and I'm like, you have no idea how much they're suffering. Um, no, I don't want that. I want that. Remember, I got that comment a little bit ago of, whoa, what happened to Mysterica? And I just kind of sat there and laughed for a minute. They're so fucking traumatized. Yeah, now this is when it's gonna get bad. It's us with the music husbands slapping the top of the car going, this thing can fit so much trauma. Okay, I marked it. I marked it with a... There it is. Now I want the other one. It can go smaller. Dude, all the survivors are fucked. They only lived through the apocalypse. No big freaking deal. Oh yeah, no, I've barely talked about Tulta because he's not mine. I've almost never mentioned Pau. I've never really talked about Karki or, Harunde. I, never mentioned Wori. Um, I barely explained Suxu and Likey. So, like, no, they're missing a lot. Um, you know, like, I've barely even got into, like, Tulta and Shoki. I've mentioned that they're besties, and, like, that's why Tulta is Kubiseta, and that's about it. I have barely got into Lemon Boy. Um, oh yeah, that's not helping things. Sorry, Orange. Um, if I could get flats done tonight, I'll be happy. I say as I do almost the whole thing. You did say this one too. Oh, did I not attach his other arm? Oh, that's right. I was drawing it out weird. That's right. Because I wanted to be able to erase it. I didn't put him in his own folder? Not yet, apparently. Leopard is very depressed. Someone give him his cat. Oh, see, I drew that straight through and I didn't even care. I'm not gonna lie, part of me always feels weird when I stream art because I don't have the fancy programs, because like almost everybody and their brother's cousin uses Clip Studio Paint and I don't. And I also refuse to. The part... Yeah, extremely... This is true. And I don't know, my brain always gets a little self-conscious sometimes because I don't use the big fancy program, but I also refuse to pay for it. I don't like the fact that the perpetual license costs so much fucking money, and you're always having to update it and buy new versions, and I just don't like it. I'm content with my $20 program, thank you. I've used it for over a decade. I'm so manual about how I do everything. I don't even use a friggin' fill bucket. That's all that matters. See, I knew if I actually just took the time and started doing stuff, I'd catch up. I just felt so behind. Dude, I felt so foggy for the last couple of months. This whole perpetual never going away migraine thing is not helping. Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with the fill bucket. I just don't use it. I also sometimes don't like it because it leaves this itty bitty tiny, like, 1 pixel edge all the way around the thing that it filled, and then I have to go back in and manually fix it anyways. And I think that shit's annoying. Come on. I mean, I don't know. I felt really behind. Now I get to do a thing that you don't normally get to see me do. Because I normally have it in by the time, I show you stuff. This guy's gone fever to normal kitty blush so fast. Because there's a difference. There's a difference between sick as hell and staring at his husband. I also purposely didn't draw the line in for the pupil like I normally do because it's taking up most of his eyeballs. It's taking up most of his eye. It is impossible for him to look at Silu and not flush out. It's just one of his many orange features. Oh, okay, hold on. I will stretch my hands. I have been cracking my knuckles. You just haven't really heard me. Normally I put my hand right up next to the mic. I'm stretching it. The right one doesn't want to crack, though. I'm stretching, I promise. I stretched. I told you, he needs to go check on his cat. And he's doing his little kitty stretches. Oh, see, it's on the wrong spot. Oop. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I ever drew Symphonia, I just didn't give a fuck about how crazy I made his hair because my brain said it doesn't matter, you're never gonna draw this man again anyways, he's an asshole. My keyboard also makes that sound because I type so fucking fast. It's not just that it's my keyboard, it's that I type so fucking fast. I type stupid fast and on 3 fingers. I don't know if I've ever told you I type with 3 fingers, but I type with 3 fingers. Yeah. I'm thinking about how I draw this man without thought now. And the first time I ever drew him, I just made his hair, like, Mysterican and just crazy. And I just didn't care. And I told myself he's an asshole, it doesn't matter, you're never gonna draw him again, you just need a visual reference for when you mention him. Mention. My brain was literally at when you mention him. And now he's like a permanent fixture in my brain. He just fucking came and sat down. I type with 3 total. I type with 2 fingers on my right hand and 1 finger on my left. I can't really say that though because it rotates back and forth, but I only ever have 3 fingers functioning at one time. Hey! Thank you for the follow. Hey, the goal thing showed up. You got to see my follower goal. You got to discover where orange and blue were. Oh, with my thumbs. My thumbs are exclusively used for with my thumb and I that's it. Nothing else. My first two fingers on my left hand and my first finger on my right and my thumbs. And sometimes it flips so that it's the first 2 fingers on my right hand and the first finger on my left hand and my thumbs, and that's fucking it. I type with nothing else. Oh, see, and I don't, because that's all they do. So technically, I type with 2 and 3, because if I count my thumbs, but I don't because they don't do anything but the spacebar. They exclusively hit the spacebar and nothing else. See, and when I got this computer after my old baby died, rip, rest in peace, you were loved. I hated the keyboard that came with it, and I think I spent like, God, 3 or 4 months trying to find a keyboard that I liked that was like equivalent to the computer I had ahead of this one. Oh yeah, they tried to teach me how to do home row when I was in school. When I was in middle school, they tried to do that home row bullshit. And when I was in 8th grade, Mr. Foster came down from the high school to see which ones of the 8th graders could test out of keyboarding. Because, you know, alas, I am an old-ass millennial, so that was a thing we did. And he'd come down to see who could test out of it. And dude, the duck keyboard, I fucking love that thing. I don't know if I could use it, but no, he came down to see who could test out of keyboarding, and they would make you type out a thing and blah 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 bullshit. And my 8th grade keyboarding teacher, she was strict as fuck. Like, you had to home row. She would fail your fucking ass if you did anything else. So Foster came down and he's watching everybody type, and I am slow and struggling because I'm doing home row because I hate fucking home row. And he just kind of stood there and he watched me for a minute, and then he kind of watched me fail the fuck out of this little test they had, and he looks at me and he goes, type how you really type. And my teacher stared at me like I was insane because, she's always seen me do home row because I would, like, she'd see me switch and then she'd yell at me about it. And Foster just looks at me and goes, type how you really type. And I looked at him and he goes, this isn't how you type, I can tell. And he's like, type how you really type. And I went, okay. So I switched into my little 3-finger format and just blasted through the thing. And he was like, yeah, you don't need keyboarding. I don't freaking care. And she got so pissed that he passed me out of keyboarding. Oh yeah, I know. Like, see, and that's the other thing that I'm getting that's like culture shock for me is when I have like younger coworker like Day. He's younger. He's your gen, and I talk about keyboarding and stuff, and he stares at me like I'm a psychopath. Or like when Louis worked at there and he was younger, when it came to doing anything on the friggin' computer, he was so lost, and I'm staring at him like, I didn't expect that you would need as much help as my old men do. And like, he could not type to save his life. Like my nephew's gonna be, he's 11 this year, and he can't type at all. Like, the concept of, dude, yeah, no, you wanna know one that got me? Day was standing at the bar, writing in his little, his little book, and I was just like, hey, what you doing? And he went, oh, don't mind me, I'm teaching myself cursive. And my brain went, what? And like, I didn't pick on him, it was more just like a thing that I didn't realize, that like, they stopped teaching cursive for him, and he doesn't know how to read or write cursive. And I was just like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, they stopped teaching it, and I never got to do cursive. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They were grinding that shit in my head when I was like in fucking 2nd grade. Like, cursive is just a thing I don't even think about. Oh, we got more here to go. We're not done with the kitty mane yet. See, and that's the thing that also confuses me, because like up here, apparently there's places that stop teaching cursive. But then down there by you, nope, still got cursive. So yeah, no, and he is very much, Z is after me. Yeah. Whatever. I know what you mean. I always have to remember which gens come after me. Yeah, I know. That's the gen after me, and it's so fucking like, I don't know. There's things I'm still wrapping my brain around. Yeah, well, he managed to hit the year that they phased out cursive, and I'm just like, what? Well, no, and then the thing that he said one day that really got me, and it was just like a thinking project, I guess, because I apparently could not get it through this man's brain how much older than him I am. He kept thinking I was like your guys' age. And I kept trying to tell him that I'm like, no, dude, I'm old. And I'm like, not old, but I'm old. And he told me that everybody that he knows that's your guys' gen judges how old someone is by where they were and what they were doing when the towers fell. And beta? We're to beta already? How the fuck? Yeah, what? Okay, I get, oh, God, I am old. What the hell? When did we get what? I need a process a loading symbol over my VTuber's head because I'm processing right now. How the when did we okay? Um See, and that's the thing, yeah. Well, that's how I got Day to really realize how much older than him I am because he asked that like what people are doing when the towers fell. Um and and I was in 8th grade. I I was in 8th grade. I was in English class. We had the little TVs that were like the big giant squares. Don't think they were flat screens. They were the big giant squares. That sat in the top left hand corner of class, and they were for the announcements. And they came on, and we watched the news show the towers fall, and nobody really knew what was going on. And I think that was Collier. She just kind of stood there and she watched, and it happened before lunch because they sent us all home early at like 11:30, and I remember being really confused and not understanding what was going on, and like and that's also the thing I told him too, that like most people nowadays they talk about the towers fell, but they not a lot of people talk about the fact that the Pentagon got hit that day too. Um so like I was telling him how like I was in 8th grade, and he went, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was in 8th grade, dude." They sent us home early. I told him the whole story, and he was like, "Oh, oh shit, you're like almost 2 decades older than me." And I was like, "Yeah." That's how I got him to finally realize that I'm like. See, I don't know how he like got in his brain that I'm a millennial, but he thought I was like at the end of millennial, and I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm at the beginning." Um, I am old enough to remember MySpace, but I am not old enough to have consistently dealt with dial-up more than a couple of times in my life. See, and that's the thing. Being I remember having my childhood before dial-up. I remember when we got dial-up because it was new. Because we didn't get the internet in the house until I want to say 3rd or 4th grade. Because I remember when we originally used the internet, Google didn't exist yet. Yeah, let that roll around in your brain. When we originally were using the internet, Google did not exist. I'm older than Google. And um we got it because since mom was going to school at Western, since she was a student, we could get internet through the school dial up for free. Um I mean, yeah, I'm part of the just go outside and drink for the water hose generation. Um, Do you see how pale your shark boy is? Every time I do have to put blush on him, it's always complicated. Because I have to, like, do it in a way that's not too much. And it's so easy to do too much with him. It depended on the day. It depends on the day. It depends on the day, and it depends on if the hose was sitting out in the sun. Because our hose water was well water. Oh, shit, I forgot. See, you don't realize it, but you have a glow-in-the-dark Sharky. I did also just give you a shit ton of plot to play with now for the other thread, the love will come to you. See, and for us, my well water did not cool down. I don't know, it depended, because like I said, it was well water, so the water was underground. I had to, like, turn on a pump to get to my well water. See, I just gave you so much plot for love will come to you. Let him go crazy. Say, like, hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture of, like, the pump that I had to turn on. Otherwise I'll just take a picture of it tomorrow. Because, like, I had to turn on a literal pump. There was no faucet. I mean, that's kind of it. That's kind of like what it was, but it's not what I mean. There it is! Okay, so, hold on. hold on. It'll, let me put this on a new layer so you can see what I'm talking about. I copied the picture. That! That's what our hose was connected to. That's what we had in the barn and out in the field. You connected the water to that, and you had to pull that handle up, and they're tough. They are not an easy handle to move, especially when you're 10. And you had to pull that handle up, and that was what would turn the water on and shut it off. Hold on. That's where the hose went. And that lifted up so that when this goes up, that goes up. Can't really see that. So yeah, you get it. That's what we had for ours. So when I think of the hose, I think of that. I gotta label his damn skin layer because it's always so light I can't see anything. See, this is the real kicker for how frickin' pale your boy is. This is the real kicker for how pale your boy is. Okay, what am I imagining? They're working on it. They're working on it. Sharky's blush is so much different than Sinfonia's. I always have to have that effect. That, like, Silu, kind of blushing. Symphonia, red in the face. No, no, they don't. Like I said, they literally just know, like, they're the cute music husbands, and they're so in love, and they're the adorable husband. That's all they know. That's all they know, is that they're cute, and they're adorable, and they're music husbands, and they're dorks, and they're nerds, and they kiss. Like, that's what they've got. I haven't really given them fucking anything else. They know almost nothing about the trauma, and like I gave them guys calls so they know there's like shit going on in the Mysterican times, but and they know Mysterica gets destroyed, but they know like nothing like of the level of bullshit they deal with in Wonderland. And I've barely talked about the fall. I've barely explained that the ages on their profiles are wrong. Like I said, everybody really just basically knows that they're cute and they're fluffy and they're music teachers and they're gay husbands and they kiss. Like that's what they've got. Not that they're like fucking traumatized. Um oh, you're good. We're gonna see how much I can get done again in another hour. We've been going for about 3 hours. And I normally stream till 11, so we're gonna see how much I can get done. You went from heart crushing angst to the idiots staring at each other like desperately in love as they are. Well, it was important that he went and investigated the yard, okay? That was important puppy business. I know, it's been a hot minute since we've done art. We'll say, and I don't work Wednesday night, so we could potentially stream on Wednesday night too. He tried to eat a rat. Apparently that was the important puppy business. And we'll see if I get out early at all this week, because Friday's time and a half. Because they consider Friday a paid holiday, but the brewery gets it off and we don't. Surprise! We've never got it off, so it's time and a half. You know how they feel about paying me overtime. Ance's favorite hobby is finding creative ways to make a vet bill. Yeah, apparently. We'll say, and whether we take a break from KH or we get through them all, I have more games to play. Ugh. Say, I might get out early, but that's only because it's time and a half. And if we just kind of come in, do everything, and get the fuck out, Chris isn't gonna care. I think he's probably gonna encourage it. But yeah, I have like a whole bunch more games that we can play on Steam now, especially because one of the Discords I'm in for the one of my cosplay groups has a bot in it that they've programmed to post for free stuff. So whenever there's free games on Steam, it posts. So I just keep downloading a bunch of free games. Undertale is on the list, but that one I bought. I didn't get a free game. When your other game goes on a sale, I'll buy it, but I'm waiting for sales. But I am pretty okay. I have my car payment paid up until February, so I'm pretty proud of that. I'm not gonna lie, there is a part of me in my brain that can't wait to drive you around in my new car. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna tell you. Sorry, I got really excited. Um, my car, you know how I told you it can read my messages to me? Which I'm still adjusting to, it's weird as hell. Um, it can say Tulta's name right. It can say Sinfonia's name right. It said Kitos correctly today. Um, and I was very like, it said it right. I almost asked you to type something out in more complicated to see if it could say it right. Um, it keeps saying things correctly, and I keep being like, whoa, is it learning? Um, I'm still adjusting to this whole it reads my messages things to me. It's very weird. It's not wrong, it's just very weird. Um, he is, he's learning. Um, do you see these idiots? They're so in fucking love. What the hell? Why did Susu have to ruin this shit? He's a good boy. He pays for his meal at the Waffle House. Oh, dude, I've watched that dumb video so many freaking times. Every time it comes up in my YouTube recommendations, I'm like, I guess I'm watching a shark go to Waffle House again. Um, I did. I did. Do you see these idiots? They're so in love. It's they animated the fabric and everything so well. Like I can't. It's so good. It's so good. It's become one of my happy videos. Um, I can't. Do you see how long this cat's fucking hair is? Do you see how much hair this man has? It's the yes. He's a good boy. He pays for his Waffle House. kitty mane is very long. Very, very long. He's just living his best puppy life. Our dogs never really played with squeaky toys. I don't. I mean, no, we gave them some for a little bit. They never really played with them, though. I remember when I was a kid, Shauna, she was our German Shepherd. That's a very fair question. Now I remember when I was a kid, our German Shepherd, Shauna, she was at a basketball. Like, we'd always just give her basketballs, and she would, like, destroy those fucking things. Somehow she'd pop it every time, and she'd just carry around this popped basketball. Now, mind you, we were not buying brand new basketballs for this dog. We were getting them from, like, Goodwill or something. And she'd always just pop it and carry it around. That was her buddy. It was her freaking basketball. I keep trying to decide how I truly want to introduce Blue Sky to, Silencer. Because, like, I post art every now and then, but they know nothing of Silencer. They only know this, like, silly little orange music man. And I'm just listening to the music in my brain, being like, they know nothing about how much Symphonia can just throw the fuck down. I know you love your best boy. But I want to sometimes. I mean, I don't blame you for wanting to take it away. I bet it's annoying as shit. But, it's still your baby, and he's having fun, so I get it. Yeah, Silencer is a big change from Meow, and that's like they barely even know Meow. They just know like Symphonia, this silly little music man. They barely know Catphonia. Um, cause hold on, let's be real here. Um, yeah, they barely know Kittyphonia. Yeah, that is the evolution of Orange. Um, say I just posted the other day that he has Meow is just his natural undisturbed state. That is the truth. I just posted the other day that he has patterns on the inside of his tail of his vest, and nobody'd caught it. And I was like, what? So like, yeah, no, there's lots that people are missing. Um, and the lore is so heavy. The lore is so thick. Kitty slippers. Show them the kitty slippers. One of these days I'm gonna draw him in those fucking kitty slippers. Um, it is imperative everyone knows about the slippers and his little kitty bag. Kitty bag is important. It keeps all his meds. This guy is not ready for what the hell that weird gremlin who usually hides under a rock me is going to unleash upon them. No, because I don't talk about your characters because they're not my characters. Sometimes I'll talk about them and how they relate to mine, but I don't talk about them as people. Because they're not mine. Okay, we've been at this for almost 3.5 hours. So I am going to get off for tonight, and then we'll do more tomorrow because I don't want to push my knuckles. They're starting to ache. My right hand is starting to do the thing where it wants to crack, but it's refusing to crack, so we're not gonna push it. So that means we will do more tomorrow. And then maybe some on Wednesday. But yeah, we got the other thing almost completely done, and we got this one starting into the flats. So I think we did pretty good for the night. So I appreciate the people who came and followed and hung out with me and listen to me ramble about lore. And I gave you plenty of plot to run with, so have fun with that. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will stretch my hands, I promise. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. to do more of this.